Here we go, and here we go. What's up, world? So glad to see you. Give me just one moment to hit the refresh button and make sure the audio is working. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I've confirmed that the audio is working. So what's up, everybody? So glad to have you here. My name is Justin Glover. Today is Wednesday, November 28th. I almost said the 29th because I was looking at 11:29 a.m. It's not the 29th, it's 28th, 2018, the only one of those days that you're ever going to get. So what you're going to do with it, I got some suggestions for you today because it's Wealth Wednesday. Wealth Wednesday is today. I'm going to share with you what that actually is, why I love it, why it's my favorite day of the week. So let's get to it. What do you say? All right. The title is 4 Reasons Why Random Acts of Kindness Are Part of My Weekly Routine. This Facebook Live, it's going to benefit those of you who want to feel better. It's going to benefit those of you that want more money coming into your life. It's going to benefit those of you who want to change your attitude or your vibration about money. Also, it's going to benefit those of you that just like making others feel good. All right. That's the topic. So I'm going to go for a few minutes here talking about a few different things. Number one, why it's a good idea to do random acts of kindness every week. Why it's a good idea. I'm going to share with you why that's a good idea. I'm also going to share why I prefer to do them for strangers and not non-strangers. Then I'm going to share a few ideas that you can possibly do today to participate in your own way. So that's what's on the agenda. Before we dive in, I see a few of you popping on. We'll drop some good news in the comments. Let's start with some good news and some shout outs first before we get into it. All right. What's your good news for the last 24 hours? Just something positive that's going on in your life in the last 24 hours. So let me know what your good news is. All right. Tell you what my good news is. My good news is I'm co-authoring a book with several people in the industry for a great mentor of mine who passed away a couple of months ago, and so I just finished my chapter in that book today. So I'm feeling lovely. Winter in Florida? Are you kidding? Oh, it is. It's cold. It's like 40s there. My Brenda lives in Florida, and so I get the cold text, but it's like 29 here when I woke up. I'm in Arkansas. So Steve's in the house. What's up, Steve? I see you here. Andrea's here. Glad to have you. Mike Robertson, good to see you here. Eddie Bauer Jr. I like that name. Nice to have you here, man. Elena, I see that you're here. Bradley Wisdom's in the house. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you here, man. So thanks for those of you that are tuning in. I appreciate the love. So let's get into this. All right, let's get into this. 4 reasons why random acts of kindness are part of my weekly routine. All right. Each week, every single week for the last many years, I do at least one random act of kindness for a stranger that involves a financial exchange. Now, I've done this for years, but I've not been consistent about doing it for years. It's just been kind of randomly done. Like I don't have a set day that I make it happen. Just kind of whenever I feel like it through the week. But on average, at least weekly, I've been doing this for years. It also has not been always about doing a financial exchange, right? There's not always money involved. Sometimes it's just been, giving some time for people, investing a little bit of time for somebody. So now though, I do it and it always involves a specific financial exchange. And I do this for 4 very specific reasons. So that's what I want to actually share with you first. The 4 reasons why I do this each and every Wednesday, and why I'm encouraging you that are watching this to also follow along. Do your own version. You don't have to do what I do. You don't even have to do it on the same day that I do, but do your own version of what I call Wealth Wednesday, and just make it happen. All right. So I'm going to first of all, I'll explain where kind of I got this and all of that here in just a moment. But first, I want to share why I do it for a stranger. All right. Why is my rule that I do this for a stranger? And the simple reason is because there's no potential attachment to any outcome. right? There's no weird vibes. There's no awkwardness about it that goes along with the random act of kindness. Have you ever done something for somebody that's a family member and you just get weirdness with it? Either the weirdness comes from you, is like, oh, they probably think that I only did it for them, or I hope they don't feel this way when I give them the money. I hope they don't feel like this is pity money. Or even worse, they're thinking it, right? They think, oh, he only did that because he feels bad. That's kind of like, and they get pissed, right? There's zero, like sometimes with family, with close friends, emotions get involved. And so I choose to have this be about a stranger because it makes it very easy for both parties to actually receive the full benefit from this, all right? Receive this gift fully without meaning anything, all right? Without getting wrapped up in their head. Joe is in the house. Drew is in the house. What's up, guys? Drew, I haven't seen you since high school, maybe a couple years after, but it's been a while, man. Let's connect. Good to see you. I appreciate you being here. So that's why we do it for a stranger. That's why I have the rule for a stranger, random act of kindness for a stranger that involves a financial exchange. All right. So here are the 4 reasons why I do this week in, week out. Reason number 1 is because it's a thing in this community that I'm a part of called Rank Makers. All right. Is it on this? No, it's not on this. Oh, it's on this sleeve right here. That's where I got this shirt. Right. I get a lot of compliments on this shirt. Default setting gratitude. This shirt comes from the community in Rank Makers, my buddy Ray Higdon. And so I joined Rank Makers. Steve even says hashtag Rank Makers. Absolutely. And so I joined, I don't know, several months ago, maybe last year, a long time ago. And this is something that Ray does in his group every single Wednesday. It's Wealth Wednesday, same deal, random act of kindness for a stranger that involves a financial exchange. I took that idea, that concept, I brought it into my own personal team group. All right, I got a couple of private groups where I train and teach on, and members of our team, we're building home business, all that stuff. I teach this same thing in there. And now I'm bringing it to you. I decided, you know what? I like this idea. It's a good, positive vibe idea. So I want to share it with others as well. All right. Why limit only to my personal team members? I wanted to share it with you guys as well. And so Rank Makers actually inspired me to make it a thing in that team group. And now I'm making it a thing here on my personal profile. So that's reason number 1. I'm also putting it other places and whatnot. So that's reason number 1. It's the first reason that I do it, just simply because I saw somebody else do it. And I thought, wow, it's a really good idea. And I encourage you, if you have groups, maybe you make this a thing within your group. Maybe you make it a thing on your Facebook. Maybe you make it a thing at your church meetings or whatever. I don't care. I don't care if it's Wednesday. I don't care if it's Thursday or another day. But I do hope that this inspires you in some way to not only go out and participate in your own version of Wealth Wednesday, but do something to kind of help spread the word. Maybe it's sharing this video. Maybe it's just doing your own Facebook Live, or you're telling the story about Wealth Wednesday. But that's the first reason that I do it, right? I saw it somewhere else. I thought, wow, that's an amazing idea. Heard a story of somebody in Rank Makers did it. They were on a radio station or interview or something, told them, and now this radio station does it every single Wednesday. That's pretty cool, right? So there's hundreds of people that do this just within the Rank Makers community. There's lots of others that do it even outside of that community. And so that's the first reason that I did it, because I saw somebody else, thought it was cool. Reason number 2, this is a really important reason, makes you feel good. When you do a random act of kindness for a stranger, it makes you feel good. If you're feeling bad about something, go help somebody that's less fortunate than you. Or just go help somebody, period. They don't even have to be less fortunate to you. I buy cups of coffee for people that probably make more money than I do. That's not a rule. I don't have to be less fortunate. But go help somebody because it makes you feel good. That's the second reason that I do it. It just simply makes me feel good. That's an easy one, right? I see some angry faces. Maybe that's pissing some of you off. That's all right, though. Number 3. What's up with the angry faces? Seriously? Come on. That can't make you mad. It makes you feel mean. Maybe it does. I don't know. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3, because it literally could be just what they need. When you do a random act of kindness for somebody, it could be the thing that they need to keep them alive. All right, you never know, the person behind you in Starbucks who you give your change to, or you pay for their order, they may be suicidal. They may be depressed. They may be thinking, I'm going to buy this coffee, enjoy this one last coffee, and then I'm going home to blow my brains out. You never know where they're at. And if somebody is there and you do something kind as a gesture with no strings attached, because you're just doing Wealth Wednesday because it feels good to you, you may do that and it could completely give them hope. It could completely derail them from the negative downward spiral they're going on. It could completely wake them up and get them to realize people do give a shit. There are people that care. And that could be exactly what they need to maybe start thinking a little bit differently about the world in which they live, and maybe now they don't kill themselves. You never know. Now that's extreme, I get it, but does it happen? Yeah, it does. And so think about it even further, all right? Just take it even further. What if that person goes on after that point to, I don't know, cure an uncurable disease, find a cure for it, to make, make a revolutionary discovery or breakthrough in health or wellness or science or aging or anything. What if that person goes on to affect a massive number of people after that, and they would have been dead otherwise? You never know. That's the third reason that I do this, because you never know where the person's at or what they're going through and how your kind of gesture is going to help them. You never know. So that's another reason that I do it. Reason number 4 that I do this, I'm actually going to give you a bonus reason too, because there is a bonus reason, and it's a pretty good one. But reason number 4 first. So reason number 4 is by doing this on a consistent basis, as in scheduling it in my calendar every single week, it starts to chip away at the negative money mindset that you have. All right? If you realize and if you acknowledge that the more money you have, the more kind things that you can do like this for people, if you make that distinction in your head, then you get a whole nother layer of benefit to this process, because you start to chip away at the automatic negative money mindset that you likely have. All right, having a lot of money, there's a misconception about this. There's a lot of people that I hear and that say people that have a lot of money do bad things. They're bad people. Having a lot of money doesn't make you bad. Having a lot of money makes you more of who you are. If you're a bad person and you get a lot of money, you're just going to be a bad person that has got more money, and you can do more bad stuff. If you're a good person and you get more money, you're a good person, you got more money, you can go do more good stuff. Having more money just makes you more of who you are. Doesn't make you good or bad, okay? And so that's part of the negative money mindset programming that so many of us walk around with. And it is that negative programming that prevents us from making the additional money that we want. Kind of a messed up little situation we got going on there. So more money just makes you more of who you are. And so if you have, so when you make the distinction, you can go out, you can do a Wealth Wednesday every day. You can buy the person behind you a cup of coffee, and just because it's on your calendar, because it's something that you said you're going to do, because you've scheduled it, you just go through the motions and you do it. And yes, you might get the benefit of feeling good. Yes, they might get the benefit of having hope. You know, you might change their life, but you miss out on the benefit of it chipping away at your negative money mindset if you just go through the motions. All right, I'm going to pay for that person behind me. Oh, they felt perfect. And you just and you don't intentionally make a shift in your thinking. What's the shift in your thinking that you want to make? Well, you want to shift your thinking so that you realize, you make the connection that the more money I have, the more good things like this I can do. So you consciously make that connection in your head when you go and do the good thing, all right? That is how you get that 4th benefit. Now, I'll give you a bonus reasons, number 5. The reason that I schedule it every single week into my weekly routine is because I know that having a reoccurring practice like this, it makes it much easier to feel good about the money that I'm making. I'm constantly doing good stuff with my money. I'm making productive decisions that make me feel good and they're adding value and impact to the world, constantly doing that with my money. I don't care if it's $1. If it's $1 gesture, then you can tell that story to yourself. I'm constantly doing good stuff with my money. I'm making an impact. And so there's that, all right? Even if it's just a little bit of times, even if my money is scarce, I still do this and make that connection in my head. Because I also know it's the feeling good about money, it's that part that actually causes more money to flow into my life experience. That is what causes more money to come in, because I feel good about money. Most people, do you realize that most people have negative, tense, terrible feelings when they start thinking and talking about money, or considering their bank account or the bills or things like money going out? Most people, like, those are not good feelings that come up to the surface when they get into that conversation. I love talking about money. Now, I don't particularly like the accounting side and the taxes stuff and the specific tracking parts of it, so I don't do that part. I don't focus on that part. But I also don't get all of the negative emotions that most people feel when money comes up. All right. When we consistently feel negative feelings about money, what we're essentially doing is blocking more money from coming to us. When we live right now, like, we live in an attraction-based universe. That's the world that we live in. It's, one of the laws here is it's an attraction-based universe. So knowing that means negative feelings, kind of like telling the universe, telling God, whatever you want to call it, that you like those negative feelings. You like having those, because why does it? Because you keep doing them. You keep staying there. You keep focusing on it and voluntarily bringing these negative emotions up over and over and over. So that's kind of like saying to the universe, hey, universe, bring me more of this stuff. Bring me more stuff that helps me to feel this negative emotion that I love feeling so much. So what happens? Well, you get more stuff happen, more lack of money. That's what happens. You stay stuck in that regard. However, on the other side, when you think about the good stuff and you reverse that feeling about money from negative to positive, that's when you make a change. And that's when you're essentially saying, hey, give me more, show more stuff up, have more stuff show up that actually makes me feel like this, that gives me these good feelings about money. This method of doing an ongoing weekly Wealth Wednesday type activity, participating in that, it's mastery of this. It's you saying at least once a week, I'm going to control the emotion that I feel about money. I'm going to do this thing that's nice for somebody else, that benefits them, that makes me feel good. But as I do it, I'm going to consciously say and tell myself that money is the reason that I'm able to do this. So that's a good thing. I like making money. I like it when money comes in because I can go do good stuff like this. If you tell that story as you do it, and you make that a habit, you tell that story over and over and over, week after week after week, it won't take long before you'll see more money coming into your experience. It's just the way it works. And so I'll give you some suggestions. All right, what am I talking about? Like, what are some of my Wealth Wednesday activities look like? They're nothing big. You can use any type of like deals app. I've got multiple deals apps on my phone, where you save $5 on Quiznos, or save $2 on your Subway, or whatever, right? Like a local deals app. If you have one of those, you can use that to save some money. Or anytime you save money anywhere else, you find something that's on clearance and you save yourself $8, take that $8 savings and pass it along to somebody else. Either let them use your coupon, let them use your app. Maybe you use it, save the $8, turn around, buy an $8 gift card and hand it to somebody on your way out. If you're at a restaurant or a store, or doesn't matter, right? So that's one option. I do that quite often. You could also pay for the person in line behind you at a restaurant or a grocery store or a gas station or Starbucks or anywhere. That could be something you could do. You could call a local school, say, hey, is there any kid that has delinquent lunch, like overdue lunch bill? I want to pay it off. That would be cool. You could order pizzas for lunch or some time at, for the guys at the fire department or the police station. You could have, you could, as you're coming off the interstate, hand a couple of bucks to somebody standing on the side of the road, somebody that's homeless. You could leave a big tip for your waiter or your waitress or anybody that's providing you a service of any kind. Just tip them nicely. Does not matter what you do, does not matter the amount, does matter if it's a financial exchange, because that gives you the ability to make that distinction that I mentioned earlier in your head. And that distinction, making a distinction and telling yourself that story over and over, that is what reprograms your money mindset to the point where you really enjoy and expect and appreciate and find happiness and joy and good vibes and feelings and about money, which is the opposite of the way most people feel about money. Most people don't want to talk about money. It's one of the things you're not supposed to talk about at the dinner table, right? Money. It's because most people hate talking about it. It brings up a bunch of negative stuff. This process will help shift that. So we've been going about 20 minutes, which is longer than I actually expected. Micah, I see you are here. Diane is in the house. Jeff Hernandez, hey. Good to see you guys. I appreciate you hopping on. So there you go. I hope you got some value from this. More importantly, I hope that this inspired you in some way to go and participate in your own version of Wealth Wednesday today. If you did get value from this, all right, let me know by leaving a comment, sharing. This is one that I'll ask. I'll just straight up ask. If you liked this, if you got value from it, share it with somebody. There's lots of people, like, help me get this word out. I'm not selling anything here. Karen, I see you're here. Welcome. Good to see you. I appreciate you coming on. So share this. If you got value and you'd like to help me spread this message, go ahead and click the share button. Share it with somebody. I'd appreciate that. Or go reteach it. I don't care. Just take the idea, run with it. Go do Wealth Wednesday, but do something that also inspires others to go do their own version of Wealth Wednesday. Let's get a lot of people doing this. So help me get the message out. Also, if you like this kind of stuff, if you like this kind of stuff, I do have a private Facebook group. It's a community where I share more of this type of thing. I go deep into like this kind of stuff. I kind of started going there in some of this, but those are trainings for other days. And so if you want access to that Facebook group, it's totally free. I originally created this group for all of my customers and all of my buyers and team members only. It was exclusive to them, so people that paid me money. But we are opening it up to the public on an invite-only basis. And so anybody that's interested, if you want to be in that group and without actually having to pay anything, you just want an invite, just let me know. This is not a pitch group. This is a value group where we're providing content on a regular basis. And we're pretty tight on who we actually let into this group. And so if you're watching this right now and you would like to join us in that group, then just either comment the word freedom, leave a comment below with the word all caps freedom in it. That'll let me know that you'd like to be sent an invitation to the group, or you can just reach out to me and send me a private message and say, hey, add me to your Facebook group. All right. So there you go. That is it. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate all of you. Adam, what's up, brother? I am just wrapping this thing up. Diane says, thanks for the sharing. It inspired me to share and make a difference in my life. Awesome. So glad that you are here, Diane. I appreciate you. So there you go. Hopefully you guys got some value. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you have an amazing Wealth Wednesday. And let's go make it happen. Talk to you soon.